Sweethearts and Secrets. That's the latest launch of DedeSignature, and this is the palette I am reviewing today. This is a Valentine's Day related palette, but it was released on 30th January. So I'm a bit late with my review, I'm sorry about that, but I was in the process of the other one, and then I also needed to work, and it takes quite some time for me to get through all the looks and everything that I want to know and I want to show about the palette. So here is the inside. It's a little Valentine's Day secrets, and we have a very interesting shade Mixed Feelings, which I'm also will be talking about. And this palette is not the only thing that was launched. We also have 2 single split multichrome shades that are coming with this palette as a bundle or separately, and we also have 3 bases out of 5, because why would I need all 5, right, when I am so light. So this is the Scent Seal, Onyx Lock and Ivory Grip that we will be also checking today. I did not have enough time to review this one specifically, but they all are the same formula except the colors, and I will explain in details everything about them and what I know about them and what happened throughout this video. So huge thanks to the brand and to Dede for sending this stuff to me. I am really inspired, and my name is Well. If you're also interested what it's all about, let's begin. So it's very weird thing to do. The weirdest thing to do is actually to start the video and to press that button to start the video. And yeah, today I'm starting with the DedeSignature new palette Sweethearts and Secrets and the collection that comes with it. So we have the palette itself. The palette features 2, don't know if they are lovers or friends, or they are somebody to each other, let's say, and they have some secrets between each other, obviously. You probably cannot see it, but there are lots of little hearts and like diamonds and other things that are in the background. So the background itself also contains a lot of little things in here, and it's just very interesting to look at. It's very holographic as well. Like the whole thing is very interestingly done, and I love the main packaging colors, these little details. So it does have a lot of secrets inside. And also this is the palette inside. As you can see, we have quite an interesting color story. As usual with Dede, it's more of a bright and more pigmented one, so you can be sure that the shades will work to their best. I'm pretty sure that they will work to their best. And it's more of a heavy on matte palette. I will show you the reason why in a moment, but for now let's focus a bit on the color story, and I want to point out a couple things. So they're all connected together, so even if it's not obvious from the beginning they're all connected together, they can be used all together. We have only 4 shimmers here. I will show additional ones later. We have more of reds with a teal accent color story, and we have more of a nudes like beige and browns with the purple accents. Despite that, you can combine all of them together and they will look great with each other as well. I'm pretty sure about that. From what I experienced, Dede is always thinking through the colors as if one can go into another, and you can use the whole palette in such a way. So I'm pretty sure this will surprise us, and we have a couple duochromes in here, and we have duochromes are giving you a hint as well. This is very interesting, trust me, this is going to be so good. And we also have singles. Singles that come with this collection are 2 additional sparkles. They are split multichromes as far as I understand. One of them is called Love Spell, and it goes from this cool toned pink into the orange. This will help us connect the orangey nudes with the pinks actually. And the other shade is called Whispers. It's teal to purple, and teal to purple is another option that can be connected. So you can see that it's truly thought through, and I'm pretty excited about that. Split multichromes are available also separately, or you can buy them in a bundle with the palette. So also in this launch they launched the bases, the lock in base, eyeshadow base. There are 5 colors of them, but I only got 3, the ones that I selected, and they were sent to me. One is Onyx Lock, the other one is a Sand Seal, and another one is Ivory Grip. I'm gonna open them up for you to show you. So the Onyx Lock is the black one. You have to be careful with the bottle because I was not very careful and I kind of spilled a bit. So they are very liquid. You have to be aware of that, and they can just run away from the container. Then we have the Sand Seal. It's supposed to look more like my skin tone, but it's a bit more dark and a bit more yellow, despite looking in the bottle itself looking like it's a really good match. But trust me, it's a bit darker and a bit more yellow than my skin tone, and we're gonna work through that. Then the last one is the Ivory Grip. It's the white base is never too bad, and these are the 3 that I am showing to you, and I'm gonna swatch them for you as well, starting opposite way from the white one, Ivory Grip. Then as you can see, the Sand Seal is a bit more like it has a hint of pink, but it's not what I would use as a actual base for my skin tone, just because it's a bit slightly darker, and the Onyx is clearly just a black one. Black one allows very good like a smoky eyes. I would probably do some smoky eye, not in the scope of this video, but as a short, because I really want to do that with the base, and just to have it as an example. You will be able to see it later in shorts as well. And I'm gonna mix the 2, the Ivory Grip and Sand Seal. I'm gonna mix together to create a lighter shade that will match my skin better. So that will be the idea. I'm just dabbing my finger into one and another, and I'm applying it with my finger after that onto the eyelid. My eyelids don't have any base right now on them, and it's just gonna give me nice canvas basically. So I'm just blending slightly. I'm tapping the base onto the eye and just blending it slightly. This is what we will be working with. I'm not sure how it's going to perform. I have not tried it yet in these terms, and I assume it should work good actually. So I'm really hoping this will not let me down. So once we are in it, I think we will go with the pinks today. The first thing I want to try is to take the shade Safe Space with a pencil brush and apply it to the inner corner. This will give me just a bit of a color, and I will try to understand how the shades are working. So then I will go directly into the Hidden Flame with the small pencil brush. I'm applying it as a line to my crease from the inner corner up brow, and on the other side on the brow I'm just outlining a little bit. Then I'm also giving myself a bit of a wing with the red. I can go a bit more heavy with that in the outer edge, and I'm going to go into the bottom lid. After that I'm going to go into the Stolen Glance. It's a nice pink shade. I'm gonna blend the red with this pink in all of the 3 areas that are here right now. So right now I'm blending only upwards with the pink, and I'm not touching the bottom yet. Then I will go into the shade Soft Blush. It's a super pretty pink, like Barbie pink a bit, and I'm gonna go over all of the crease, basically connecting things together with that. So that is the idea of this makeup look, and then we can go on to the bottom lid with the same shade. Hidden Flame is the first. I'm gonna outline my lash line with that towards the bottom lid, and I'm also trying to make a wing out of it basically. This is the darkest for now. Next, the Stolen Glance, and I'm gonna repeat this a couple times until I'm happy with the shape, and the Soft Blush as the last one as well, so you have a nice pinkish outlining of the whole thing. And then I am going into, I'm just going to outline it just a bit more, because my whole eyelid is a bit bigger and I want it to be covered with red kind of, and then from there I want to blend. I left a bit of a gap in the inner corner. Into there I will repeat the Safe Space, just first thing. I have no idea right now how to connect the teal with this pink, but I'm sure I will find a way. And starting with the shade Bestie, a very nice turquoise color. I'm applying it under the outline crease, basically, and I'm just not touching the pink, and I'm just applying it there. I'm gonna repeat it a couple times. Actually, the packing brush would have been better here, but I don't know actually where half of my packing brushes right now are, so that's what we're dealing with, and it's okay. Here the bestie is, yeah, it's very nice, and actually it covers the base and the beige, and like kind of works. Then I will go with the Forever Us on the lash line. So the teal here will work the same way as the dark red on the other side. And when I touched the red with the teal, they started mixing with each other, and they created, guess what, purple. So we can go into the shade Soulmate, and Soulmate gonna be the transition shade between the pinks and the teals. What an interesting, like, I'm so into it. Like, I'm so surprised by how this all works together. I expected that it will, but not that it will work this good. Like, how much thought you have to give into all of that to create these things. It's just amazing. Like, yeah, it's making sense now that by touching the two shades, they were supposed to kind of cancel each other, right? But they create the plum kind of shade in the middle, and it's super cool. I'm just speechless, so to say. So this is exactly what I'm going to use to slightly connect them with each other. So the Soulmate is the shade here, and I'm going to apply it into the very center, so that from one side I have a teal Forever Us, from the other side I have a Hidden Flame, and between we have the Soulmate. It's awesome. Once I'm done with my blending of the mattes, you can leave it matte like this, or you can extend it slightly with the shimmers, which I'm going to do. So the main shade today will be the Mixed Feelings. It contains both pink and turquoise, one of the reasons I went with this look in general. So the turquoise part I'm going to apply onto the turquoise part, and the pink part goes onto the reds that are here. And then I think I will go to the shade Blush and Tell with a silicone brush, just so I can have it in this look as well. I'm gonna apply it to the bottom lid and also to the outlines that I've created. I may actually add a bit of outlining as well in there, so it will be a bit more kind of graphic, but other than that, it's just looking nice. So the Blush and Tell going in there too, and I think I want to add a bit of a secret keeper to the lash line. I think it will work nicely here, and that's what I'm going to do. In the corner is the same Mixed Feelings, the blue part of it, and I think I don't even need a liner here. I think it looks good by itself, and I may actually just do the lashes. I still need to repeat the other eye, of course, but that might be interesting, and I will come back to you when I have everything done. So I did a bit of styling of my red tail, whatever is left from my hair from bleaching it. As you can see, I'm trying to make a difference with just growing my own color in the meantime, but so far this is all I have from the hair perspective, and this is what it looks like. I want to say that it's indeed pink and blue. So I was applying red and turquoise, but it turned out to be pink and blue. Like, this is unexpected, but kind of makes sense. So I'm okay with my makeup, I would say. I did enjoy the application of mattes, and I also enjoyed the application of mattes on top of the base. So this is one of the crucial steps, so to say, because base can make or break your makeup. These ones, despite having some, like they're very liquid, let's be real. It's a lot of product, to be honest, but they're very liquid, and you have to apply it as if it's a concealer, kind of. So you need to apply just a little bit. I would recommend to apply it from the hand with a finger, just smudge it a bit. And you can also use brush. It doesn't matter at this stage. I applied it just onto the empty lid, and it distributed okay. When it was still sitting on my eyelid, it was going into creases, but as soon as I placed something like a powder, the eyeshadow on top, it's set and it doesn't move. So far I don't have any creasing or desire to be creasing, and I am super happy about that. This shade is a bit darker than I need. As you can see, this is what I usually use. This is Mario in Bisque. Slightly more yellow, right? This one is kind of closer to my skin tone and a bit more pink, but when you actually apply it from the bottle, you can see that it turns differently, and when it dries a bit more peachy, let's say. So when you add the white one with this one, it's a perfect match. Then I chose this because it had a pinkish tone on it when it was swatched. But yeah, clearly on me it's not going to be the same because I have a pale skin, pink undertone, and in pure form it doesn't really work that way. It's okay, it can, but I prefer it to be mixed so that it's a bit lighter. But I mix a lot of foundations, a lot of things in general. So if you want something more universal, you can go with the white. Like, this is just pure white pigment. It's a paper kind of thing, and the shades will look exactly like they are in the pans on top of the white base. If you want to match it to your skin, if you're okay with like going through this pain, then of course you may add something else. They have 2 more in between shades, so as I said, there are 5 total. I don't need all of them, so that makes total sense that only 3 are the ones that I have. So the black base is a universal smoky kind of base that also allows the shimmers to look differently. So on top of the black base, a lot of the multichromes that you already own will look different, and I highly encourage you to try it out. Then on top of the white base, obviously a lot of matte shades will look more true to color because they are not neutralized or compensated by your skin undertone. So white one is more universal as well. So black and white is a typical, like this is something you can find a lot of bases in these colors. And then they are gradated, they have a gradation of skin tones basically, and this is the lightest one so far. It's not fair, but it's light. So it does look very similar, but it's actually more dark in the bottle itself. So this is how it looks. When you're blending it, it's okay, but it's slightly more peach than I need, and I prefer to mix it with white. Then it's like perfect match to my skin, which is great. I am super happy about that. But even if you don't want to mix, this also will work. Just maybe not for everybody. For the neutral undertone, that will definitely work. For the pink undertone, yeah, I would just suggest to add a bit of white to give it a bit of a transparency kind of, and make it a bit more suitable so that you can use it better. At least that was working for me. So about the bases said, now about the eyeshadow. You have seen how they are applied. They are applied really, really nicely. I love these shades of pink. They are indeed pink. You have a bit of a purple, you have a bit of a blue. Despite not having blue in the packaging, in the palette itself as a refill, you can get a baby blue. So the teal with the blue shade on top gives you the blue. Isn't it wonderful? Like how this all just works? It just works. I don't know to which extent usually the palettes are thought through. I have no idea about the process. I have no idea about how people approach it, because I never really did anything like that. But this is just, the selection is kind of a masterpiece because they are mixing with each other and they're giving the shades that's already as well in the palette, and you can go from one to another. It's just, my mind is blown by this. I love this. This is just, yeah. I'm giving a lot of credit to Dede for the color combinations and color stories inside the palettes and how they're working together. This is a lot. It's a lot of work, it's a lot of effort, and I feel like it deserves a praise. So, I don't have any creasing so far. I have a bit of a weird feeling about the shimmers here. They are so far nothing too special. You can see that there are a couple duochroming shades for sure. The one that we also used, the Secret Keeper, is a turquoise, similar to this one, but then it turns lilac-y purple and it matches the next shade to it nicely. Then you have this pink, and pink becomes orange, and you have an orange here, so you can connect the pinks to oranges through that shade. You have this shade as well, and I think it's just a different base and colored. So the base is it's salmon kind of shade, then it becomes yellow. So very interesting. I have to try it out. I am really curious to play around with this palette. Actually, I would prefer to have more than 4 looks, but for the sake of the video, I should not go for more right now, and I am excited to see what else this palette brings. So far, I'm enjoying the shades. I'm maybe not the biggest fan of my own makeup look in these terms, but it's okay. We can do something better next time. First look is always kind of a bit weird, but it's fine. So far that's it for my eyeshadow. Oh, my cat. This is the cat. This is Smoke. Smoke was in trouble in December and a bit of January, but now he's fine and he's a menace again. He tries to eat the artificial decorations that I have here for the filming, and I'm trying to prevent him from doing that. But yes, that's him here. A little black void. Anyway, returning back. What else do I have in my face? I have Essence foundation stick in the shade 20. Very light. It's lighter than it is in the stick. And you can take something darker. It will be fine. It's slightly lighter than me and it's more neutral, so you can probably get it as a reference. Then I have Sephora contour stick the same way. NARS concealer the same way. I have a Dreamwalk Kaleidos blush because this is pink, right? But I need something purplish or cool pink to actually give me pink. Because if I take directly that color, that looks quite a lot like the pinks in the palette, it will not give me this color on my skin. So I have to go with something cooler to achieve something. Color theory is crazy. Then I have a Star Surfer by Kaleidos as my highlighter today. Just a little bit, so it's not like going anywhere crazily. On my lips I have a Burgundy. This is a Burgundy lip pencil once again from in the previous review. I also had this Burgundy pencil, but then on top I applied this It Girl by Danessa Myricks, just tapping it off onto the lips, and kind of works. Then I applied the Sugar Baby for filler by Huda Beauty. It doesn't give me this exact color, but it feels nice as a gloss, and I was not so matte, I guess. So that's about it. And I think that's pretty much it. I think I don't really have anything else. I have my Arcane Vines again because it's very cute. I think I need something more romantic maybe, but it's okay. I can survive without that as well. For now, I don't want to spend too much and I don't want to get into the trouble of purchasing something, to be honest, and I would just go with the flow, basically. Whatever the life brings. And that's about it for now. I'm genuinely really impressed and I'm happy to work with that. I want to create more. I will continue to create more. And I also wanted to show you the singles, the previous collection singles, the Merry Christmas one, the Christmas ones, and this is the Valentine's Day. Now we have Multichromes as well. I am excited to try it out. So we will see what it brings. And we see each other in the next makeup look tomorrow. So it's me again, and we're starting the second look. I am all over the place, I have to be honest, and this means that some things may not work as I want them to. And anyway, I will start with the shade Spill the Tea, bright orange right into the inner corner. This will be my kind of first shade. This one I will be blending with the shade Tell Me. Tell Me is going to the other part of the eye, and from there we will blend. I have to say that I took the brushes that are not really good for this application. They are they're not as soft as they're supposed to be, and because of that it also affects how they apply things, and I'm just not very happy with them right now, so I will probably replace them later, somewhere along the way, you know. So then I'm going to take the shade Locked Heart. Locked Heart is going to the outer edge and into the lower lid. This will be the darkest shade. I'm just going to keep it there so we have like a nice gradient from one to another without overlapping them too much. So then once I'm done with the darkest one, I can go into the shade Safe Space and blend the outside to the brow. Once again, I took the brush that is not really meaningful for this work, unfortunately, but that's life. Sometimes this happens. And yeah, all I can do is actually to continue or change the brush and use that instead, which I'm going to try out as well, just for the sake of it. Then So first idea was to go into the lilacs and purples, but I tried it and it didn't look too good, so I'm wiping it off and I'm going to go into the reds later. And in the meantime, let's check the Multichrome shade Shared Secrets. I am going to apply it with just my finger into the center. I am kind of dotting it all over the moving lid, and it's indeed a multichrome. You can see how it shifts from green to yellow and further, and I'm really happy with that actually. Relatively quick in these terms, like nothing crazy, nothing too bad. Then as I said, I wiped off the previous makeup with the purple and I will go into the reds instead. So Hidden Flame is going to be the first. Then I'm going into the Stolen Glance. I'm just kind of removing pigment from the same brush, and I'm using the same brush to apply this shades. Stolen Glance is the next, almost up to the inner corner, and the very inner corner is going to be pink in Soft Blush. This will allow me to have this nice gradient in reds. Reds and browns are actually working together really nicely, so they're very similar to each other and they are kind of neighbor shades. So I think it fits a bit better than what I had before. To get them all together, I will take the shade Love Spell. It's a pink split multichrome. I'm going to apply the pink and white part together onto the inner corner and drag it slowly onto the lower lid as well, but not too far, just in the beginning, so that we can have a bit of an accent and the main shade is still the Shared Secrets. So from here I think I will use some Kaleidos as a liner. I also have a bit of a problem with my eye being watery, and this ruins the outer and inner corner experience for me, but yeah, nothing that I can do it to stop my eye from being watery, and it's okay. Sometimes it just happens. I'm gonna just tap with a silicone brush a bit of a pigment to the outer edge of my eye where the pigment is lost, and because it's the darkest part anyway, it should be totally fine to do that. So yeah, that's the idea of this makeup look, and I think it's just nice and blended. Like I'm not gonna, I don't really want to add anything else into here, so I will do the other eye and come back to you with a finished result. This is the look I came up with at the end, and I just wanted to say that the only thing I've added is basically this little heart. These cutouts, any cutouts like a cut crease or graphic line or something else, any cutouts like this, I'm doing with either right away a base, or I'm using a micellar water. In this case it's a Bioderma Hydrobia, and I'm using the applicators for cleaning the lashes. So this are specific things. They're sold in bulk. They are for cleaning lashes. They have like a fiber at the end. They can be really, really thin, and I find them one of the most useful things to clean up some areas, let's say. Because sometimes your brush can be ruined if you are doing the micellar water and then removing the stuff, like depending on the brush of course, but it can be ruined. These guys, you can also wash them, so it's not like really one-time use, but if you don't want to wash them, you can just throw them away as well. So these little guys with the fiber, I'm cutting out the shape first. When I'm doing hearts, usually I'm going one and another one, so I'm not trying to draw the heart itself. I'm going with a tap drag, and the same way I'm filling it up. So once I'm drying this cut out, then I'm filling it up with the white base. So this white base is what I used. Ivory Grip is the thing that is here is white, and I think it turned out really nice. You can see how bright the multichrome is. You don't even see that it's a multichrome in the palette, and on the swatch it also was not really clear that it's a multichrome, but look at how interesting it behaves. And it's green, yellow, and pink, and peach, and orange. Like it has a lot of things in it, and it's just so interesting to see because you don't see it in the palette. Like you have this shade and you look at it and it's like simple, okay, maybe it's duochroming, but that's it. But in fact it has more to offer. Very curious. This palette surprises me in this review. And also I understood that working with some brushes is better than the others. The synthetic brushes that are really smooth like a nylon or corn fibers will probably work great with this palette. So I have a mix. This is a mixed brush. I think it's natural and synthetic bristles. So this one works better. And I have just natural, but not very good quality, let's say. This one is a blending brush. Very fluffy, and it's not working that great with blending things right now, mostly because of the quality of this brush. So if you use the ones that are more smooth, it will be better. It just works better. And it's all been on the base that is Sand Seal. It has a slightly yellow shade on me, but it distributes itself nicely, so you don't see that much of a difference. So for the base, so it's not a concealer, right? So we don't care about that. It's a base, and for the base I think it works for light skins. So if you want to make it even lighter than the white one, you have an opportunity to mix things up. So I would recommend that. I'm also happy that I replaced the purple with the red, and it just looks so much better. So warm to warm definitely works. Sometimes you can do the cool to cool or warm to cool, depending on how and which shades and etc, etc. But for now I think it's pretty great. It's working pretty nicely. So I'm happy with the look. I'm happy with how it behaved at the end. So if you have some troubles with some eyeshadow, try to change the base or trying to change the brush. It might be both. It might be only one. Just don't give up right away. You need to make it work, you know? You need to make it work, girl. So, on this note, what else do I have on my face? Essence stick. I'm still using it. It's very light. I'm very light. We kind of match. Then I have Sephora contour stick the same way. The NARS concealer the same way. Then I used a bit of a It Girl Yummy Skin by Danessa Myricks because it just matches this little pink corner really nicely. I have the Multichrome as well, the split one from Singles in the inner corner, but because the area is so small you don't see anything in there, but it just matches this shade nicely. Then I used two of the highlighters because at first I took this one, it's a Fenty Pink Ice, and I applied it, and then I remembered that I have Ghost Orchid by Diveroon, and I was like, why not? So I am using actually both, but the most blinding one is actually this guy, this split part as well. And I feel like this highlighter is also very similar to what we have in the single. So almost identical. Like there is a bit of a difference of the shade, but they are almost identical. And they also both go to the same direction. So here is bigger, so to say, option. Almost a dupe, maybe a direct dupe even. But yeah, that's why I remembered about it. Then I have Limitless Brown Artist Color Pencil by Makeup Forever. And on top of that, I applied Kaleida's Skinship. Skinship is looking on me like this. I would say it's almost like milk chocolate kind of. And I like the shape that I drew. Sometimes I'm doing the arches, but this time I did the going to the corners more. So the arch is not like this full, it goes in the mustache kind of way. I don't know how to explain this, but I think you can see how it is. So the only other thing I didn't mention is in my waterline on the bottom lid I have the Kaleida's Aurora Runner. I should have taken the other pink they have, but I took this one, and it's very cool toned, silverish pink, but it's okay. It's fine. I can live with that. Yeah, I think that will be pretty much it. That's all I have for today, all I have on myself. At the end it was a pleasure. At the beginning it was a struggle. At the end it was a pleasure. I have a bit of a weird vibe today with hair and these earrings that are more serious gothic ones. And this choker from the, I don't know, teen years, almost the childhood. I was never really being able to afford or like allow myself to get something like this, and later, now that I'm adult and I have a bit of adult money, I can get myself something fun, and I'm just trying to wear it when I can. So this is a good opportunity in my opinion, and this is why you will see weird different things that I'm wearing from time to time. But so far that's it. I think I'm done for today, and we will see each other in the next makeup look tomorrow. So it is me again. I hope you can see something. and it's an okay quality and okay lighting today. I will explain things that are happening today also further, but today we're doing a bit of a purple and teal combination. I think it will look good, and I think we need to try it out anyway. So it's gonna be a very light and easy makeup look in this scenario. I'm not sure if I will add anything at all, but let's begin. The first shade I will take is Unspoken Desire onto the pencil brush that is slightly elongated. This will allow me to blend it a bit more nicely, and the base today is completely white. So just so you know, white base it does change colors in a way that they appear more true to tone. So if you are in doubt, you can use the white base always. So this will be my outer edge, and I'm doing like a chicken paw in three. One goes to the crease, one goes to the lash line, and one goes to the bottom lid. And then I'm gonna add a bit more in between the first two and try to blend it inwards towards the center of the eye. That's a weird explanation, I know, but it works. Then I will take the shade Whispered Notes, and this will be the second one. We're gonna blend all the purple ones with it. It will allow the nice soft blending in this scenario, and I think it looks good. So purple, I'm practically getting to the center of the eye and outwards, and I'm blending around and everything like that. I'm also going slightly into the crease because I will need it later there. Next shade we're going to take is the shade Bestie. Bestie I'm taking with a flat brush so I can pack it, and it goes into the first part of the eye and up till the center. So in the center we're blending it together with the lilac, and I will explain and show why exactly in a few moments, let's say. And then I'm going to take the shade Forever Us, which is a teal, and I'm placing it to the bottom lid so that I can have a nice darkened area in there, and this will be the combination of 4 colors. And the bottom lid also can be blended out with a safe space because it's beige kind of, and it's just, yeah, safe to blend with, unsurprisingly. Then I think I will just take a bit of Soulmate and place it into my lash line where it needs the darkest parts for this look. It's not gonna be like super readable or anything, but I think it's just a bit darker than the other one, or maybe they are on the same level, but it kind of gives me an idea that there is more darkness in the outer corner and in the lash line with this shade. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe not. And now I think we are ready for our shimmer. So I have 2 options here that are very direct. One is a Secret Keeper and the other one is Whispers, but I will go with Whispers to the main lid because at least one single need to be a main one in the makeup look, and this one is exactly Lavender to Turquoise, and it's perfect match to this makeup look. It's gonna look ideal in this combination, and I'm gonna do, yeah, exactly that. And onto the bottom lid I will take the shade Secret Keeper with the silicone brush so that it's a bit more controlled, and I have an option to kind of have a bit of a darkening on the bottom line. So from here I only need to have a bit of a liner. I don't think I will add anything specifically, but I may add a couple stickers, I'm not sure, but maybe, or maybe a couple dots, something just asks to be placed somewhere. So I will think about it, and once I'm done with that, I will come back to you with finished look. So this is the look, and I am so into this combination. It's a cool purple and it's a cool lilac. It's a bit of a teal turquoise shade. It's looking so good together. I was not expecting that, but the combination is really pretty, just really pretty. I'm so into it. And the shimmer itself is very smooth, so you don't get a lot of like single sparkles. It's more of a smooth satin finish, but it's a duochrome at least. So I see 2, maybe there is more, but generally I see 2 shades though. So it's at least a duochrome, and it's very smooth finish, not a sparkling finish, but smooth. And the bottom lid, you don't see much, but there is a turquoise with sparkles, and it's also duochroming. It's more of a multichrome in there, of course, but yeah. So far, I think so good. I am generally enjoying how everything looks and how it was working. The blendability was okay. All other things were okay. You just have to apply it with the normal brushes and it's gonna be good. For the base, I used the white base, so the color payoff is a bit more concentrated maybe. Not like it changes much on my undertone, skin tone I mean, but still it does something, and this base so far didn't give me any creasing. If you have oily eyelids, you may need to use some base under and then this lock-in base. But maybe even on oily lids it will work good. The only one that I still have to try is the black one. I'm not sure how I will go for it, what I will do, but this is what I have, and this is good. Like, you need a very small amount of it and it will last for a very long time. But I'm so far really impressed. I had worse experience with the Gloss Gods base, than with this one. This one actually works. And the eyeshadow palette also works. It's just, yeah, it's good stuff like it's supposed to be. And I'm happy about it. So, on this note, I think for eyeshadow themselves, it's more or less okay. This line here was made with Lunaria by Kaleidos, the new pencil, and it's staying there. I also added a little heart here in the inner corner where the line starts or where it ends. It's just for making it a bit more kind of interesting, because I'm introducing then the third color, which is silver, and I have the bottom lash line basically in silver. I have this silver, and it's the maximum amount of colors I prefer to mix in the like families. If we talk about families of colors, that's the maximum amount of families of colors that I prefer to mix in the more cohesive looks. Yeah. So far so good, and I am happy. What else do I have on my face? Kevyn Aucoin Sensual Skin Enhancer, Sephora Contour Stick, all the same stuff. Then I used a bit of Dream Walk, because lightly purple, like a pinky, baby pink, cool pink blush is something that matches here, because the blending actually goes into that color. So I'm enjoying that. Skywalker by Kaleidos as my highlighter today. It has bluish, you can see, so it has a bit of a blue color in it, and it just matches the eye better. So we have pretty much the same colors as in the makeup look for the face. And then I have a cool purple liner, and Last Smoke by Kaleidos, also a cool purple gloss, so that I can have a bit of a match here. Nothing too standing out. The eyes here are still focus. They are the point of interest on the face, and this is how it turned out to look. So I'm really enjoying that. The only other thing I wanted to say is that I got myself an analog of the Dyson, like a dupe basically, but from some weird brand. So it's not actually like branded properly, and it's not real Dyson either, because that thing costs ridiculously too much, and I just wanted to try if it's gonna work on my hair or not. So I have a very light hair, like this is all the hair I have pretty much, and I work in sections anyway, so when I'm drying my hair I will first go over my roots with the regular hair dryer attachment, and then I go with this brushing thing, so it's also just air wrap, so it just wraps the strand of hair around it, and this is what it looks like after. It does give a bit of a like a salon outcome. It's not gonna last too long. I know for the second day it's not gonna do anything. I'm not using any anything like not a hairspray, not anything like that. No styling foam, nothing. I just wanted to give it a try to see how it works, and I think it works okay. And I'm not really interested in getting the authentic one, because there is no point. On the second day, the same way, it's gonna just drop. And with my real hair, like this is bleached, so it's damaged. It still can hold the styling a bit. This growth that I have here, it's not gonna hold styling at all, because my own hair structure is wavy and it just doesn't want to hold curls or anything. It just drops everything after some time, only if you just lacquer it like crazy. So the hairspray lock is the only thing that will hold for quite a while, but then it again drops on the second day. I see no point of having such an expensive tool for something that can be done with less. And hairdryer is a hairdryer, whatever it is. At least that's my thoughts for now. Maybe you think differently, maybe you have the real Dyson, maybe you are loving it and will be using it to the rest of your life. For me right now, that's the reality. I cannot afford that thing. I'm even no buy for makeup, what are we talking about? So, and yeah, that will be pretty much it for today and for the looks we are doing together. I thought that I will do another one today as well, but unfortunately it's very late already and I'm not having energy to continue with everything. Tomorrow is another day and I will be able to, yeah, give some thoughts, hopefully, and do another look, and then it will be good. And I will be done. So far, so good. I'm not saying goodbye. I'm just saying that I will see you tomorrow in final thoughts. So this is the last look and I decided to make it a bit more graphic, mostly because it's like Friday evening already and I've been doing this for the 5 days, pretty much for the past 5 days or around that time. As you know, it takes me quite some time and I'm unfortunately late for the release and it's almost sold out on majority of the things from this launch, but I'm anyway happy to let you know what it is about and maybe you will get to restock and maybe you will be interested in seeing something for yourself. So we have a collection of 2 singles, eyeshadow palette and the bases. We'll start with the bases. I think it will be the best option here. So we have 3 colors out of 5. I obviously don't need all of 5 because I'm not warm toned and I'm not tanned or anything. So it makes total sense if I would have got only this. I promise it would have made sense. So I tried to research the ingredients and what they do, and from my experience, what I also experienced during this review, what has all happened. So we have ingredient list on the packaging. We don't have any information about the amount in this bottle. So at least I did not notice anything. So I would assume this is around 7 grams per bottle, but it's a lot of product considering that you need only the rice grain per eyelid. Trust me, you don't need much, you just need a little bit. You can layer it up, but usually it's enough. So what the ingredient list tells us about this is a silicone-based base. So it has quite a bunch of silicones like a dimethicone cross polymer, and etc, etc. So that's supposed to form a flexible silicone film over your eyes. If you have oily eyelids, what I would recommend to do is to use a makeup wipe or just generally a wet wipe. Remove any residue after your skincare, because that is also quite a thing, trust me. So you remove all the residue up to the brow and then you apply this directly. This will form a film and it will also like cancel the color, so you can get the discoloration covered pretty much. For me, for my skin tone, I mixed these two to get exactly my skin tone, but you can also use just this. For the smoky eye looks and something more dark, you can use this. It also will allow to get the payoff of the shimmers better. So multichromes on the dark base look extremely good. It's like an additional color that you get. So the black base is also very useful. Also, what I like to do sometimes is to make a liner out of it, to smoke it out a bit and then apply any shimmer so that you can get a fancy kind of liner, just a liner. So the other ingredients here also are supposed to help with the slower oil breakthrough, and it will eventually happen. So it's not like it's not the absolute unique thing that will keep your eyes dry and not oily anymore, because sebum will get through eventually after some time. My eyelids are not very oily, so I did not have any problems with creasing or anything in the duration of my review. So I'm only wearing like for a couple hours each look, then I'm removing it. But usually if it's getting into the creases, it's getting into creases right away. What I also can recommend to do is to apply, for example, a Urban Decay primer, and on top of that you apply something like this, the lock-in base, and then you will get like a double, basically. It's not drying, it's not anything, and at first it feels like it's not setting itself, but that's not actually the case. So if you apply it, you can wait like 30 to 60 seconds, and after that you're ready to get everything. If it's slightly wet, you will get the more shimmer payoff. if it's more dry, you can get a better blending of the mattes. But I understood that this base is made primarily for the mattes, and that's why the palette is so matte heavy as well. So each base price will be, let me tell you, $12.95, which is a decent price, especially if you're already shopping on the website from DedeSignature and you just can add it into the cart together with your purchase. So that's a good thing. $12.95 is not too much. I think the Urban Decay costs like $24, so this is a good pricing point for the colored base that also can help you get your eyeshadow control, your oily eyelids maybe in control. So I have deep set eyes and I did not experience any problems. But at the beginning, when you're just applying it, it may settle into creases a bit. You just need to wipe it and then apply any eyeshadow of your skin color, or maybe a bit of powder, really good powder, on top, just to set it slightly more, and then you have all the fun parts with blending and etc, etc. So yeah, mixing together for lighter skin tones, using alone for neons, for example, that will be a really good color payoff. And this is an additional multi-chrome or a liner kind of thing, which is also great. My cats are jumping around and doing menacing things as well. Then let's move on into our singles. So a single Sweethearts and Secrets split pan in Love Spell and Whispers. We have them separately, $13.95 per multi-chrome. They are shifting, you can clearly see that. This one is cool pink to yellow, orangey yellow, and this one is a turquoise green into lilac. So very good things, very nice multichromes. But I wanted to point out that if you want something bigger, these ones will be around 1.2 grams per refill. If you want something bigger, you have Diverin Cosmetics highlighters that are almost exactly the same. Maybe the white part is not the same as here, but it's very close. Like, it's close enough for sure. And the other colored part is definitely very similar. You can see how similar they are. I think I have a pretty good eye in dupe things, so this is what I'm seeing. And they also shift to the same shades. So we have the greenish turquoise that shifts into lilac, and we have the cool pink purple that shifts into yellow and orange. They are very similar. These are more expensive, but you get more product. These are cheaper, but you get less product. But I think it will be pretty much the same, especially on the eyes. Mixed or separately, you can also apply this one as a separate thing. So you have two, and mixed option is a third option. For each multi-chrome you have these, and also on black base you have like 6 options for one eyeshadow. Done with this one. Okay, that's all I wanted to say right now about the singles. Now let's move on to the palette. Palette is Sweethearts and Secrets. We have the box with the information about which is eyeshadow, which is a pressed pigment. We also have 19.2 grams specified here. Here the information is repeated, so you don't need the box anymore. You can throw it away. Some prefer to do that. I don't. But yeah, you can throw it away because the information is repeated here. You won't lose it. The info about the contact of DedeSignature, about where it's produced, that it's cruelty-free, etc, etc. The design itself, I do like the purple pink base. I like that it's very holographic. The cutouts do not bother me personally, so it's just the cutouts, the silhouettes of people. And we have a nice font. We have also little hidden secrets here in the background of the palette. It's like little hearts with the wings and little stars and lightning bolts, like something like that. Something written as if something wrote a paracetamol to you that you need to pick up. So recipe. I'm sorry, I'm mixing these things up all the time because English is not my first language at all. So anyway, you have a sturdy packaging. I have a bit of a shifted palette, so it's like getting up, so that's about magnets in it. It's not aligning that way, but it's okay. It's nothing crazy. And the golden pieces here around the palette, I'm like using it, right? I'm touching, doing things. So the golden holographic thing here started to chip off slightly, so if it's bothering you, maybe you need to take care of that. So next we have the palette itself, 16 shades, and very nice shades themselves. I want to point out that this palette is non-trivial rainbow palette. You won't notice that it's a rainbow palette at all, but in fact it is, and it loops around itself. So every shade can go into the other one through the shades in this palette. And I will explain how I see it. So we have pinks, right? We have a hue of pinks basically here. So you have a variation of red and nice pinks. The blush pink is really pretty. I love such colors. This one is not my favorite, but actually it's not too warm, so it was totally okay for me. I just don't like to wear it alone and as a main focal point. But you have reds, right? Reds, then you have orange. Orange and browns are also like the browns are in the same category as orange. Basically it's an orange but darkened, so you have like opportunity to darken also the red with the brown. You can have the middle shade, you have the orange itself. Then you don't see the yellow, but it exists. It exists in the shift of the shimmer. And in the shimmer you have yellow, so you go to the yellow. You also have a pinky yellow, pinky orange here, so that's also additional thing for the shimmers to be taken from orange zone, from red zone to orange zone. Additional, but very nice. So yellow we covered. Then you don't have the direct green and blue, but you have teal, which is a mix of two. So you technically have blue and green. One is more green, one is more blue. And you have the options here. And then they all go through this shimmer that is teal to purple. You go into purples, and purples go into red through this purple that is like aubergine or plum. So this is the mixing shade. We also have very nice little shade, this one, which is mixed feelings, and you can use it also separately because it's a split shade. You can use the blue that goes to green and lilac, and you have the reddish pink zone that is looking almost like this one but slightly different. And if you mix it, you will get lilac, and you have lilac. Majestic. I love how the palette was thought through. I actually love that it's not trivial, not obvious rainbow palette, but it is following the rainbow circle. So the zone here is quite clear, how all of them go through each other into another shade. It's wonderful. The idea itself and the execution of it is amazing. I'm like really impressed by how it could have been executed and how the shades are selected. It's really great. Also, talking about the quality, we have shimmers that are not oily. I did not notice any oiliness with them. They are still having a payoff. They have great multichrome properties. Some of them are more subtle, some of them are a bit more into your face. So you have this wonderful multichrome, like it's super bright multichrome. You have this one is also very sparkly multichrome. You have only 4 of them, but it's enough because they're shifting to other colors that allow to mix things together. And the mattes here are great, both on my regular base that I've been using, on Mario eyeshadow, on Urban Decay primer, on the new eyeshadow base from Dede herself. Also, they work. They are wonderful mattes with a good payoff. I had a bit of trouble of packing the pastel shades, so these two basically, but you need a bit more of them generally. Like, that's also normal with pastel shades. Yeah, you can pack them on and it will be looking great. My impression of this is it's a chef's kiss. Like the idea, the execution, the shades themselves, the quality of the palette, it's great. If you love the shades here, you will not regret getting this palette. I'm definitely not regretting it, and I'm just so impressed. That's my impression. That's what I thought through this review, what I was thinking about in general, and I am super happy that I got this in the mail and was able to show it to you, even with a slight delay, but still. Speaking about the price of the palette, this is 47.95 in euros, plus you can get a light discount, and I think it's more than fair price for such a palette. It's a magnetic one, it has some multichromes. However, it might seem a bit too much because it's a matte heavy palette and you only have 4 multichromes, 4 shimmers in general in this palette. So if you think that it's actually not fair, feel free to think so, but in my opinion, Dede palettes are very fairly priced and they are very nice in general, so that's about it. So let's have a look on all of the makeups I created with this palette, and in the meantime you can tell me what you think, what you liked, what you didn't like. Maybe you want to pick this up, maybe you want to skip it, or it's already sold out and you will wait for the restock. Just tell me your thoughts about the whole situation, about the whole review, how I did. It's also interesting sometimes to know, so we'll be happy to hear what you think. And thank you so much for watching and staying with me till the very end. I am really grateful for all of your attention, and I'm happy to be here for you and for myself. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I would be happy to see you in our little community, and we will see each other in the next video very, very soon. Bye.